I don't care, man. Okay, just dude, you are the worst human being known to man. I don't care that you're not here. What you've done.
You called Tucker Carlson Tucky last week. And then all of a sudden I just saw it all over Twitter. People are talking about Tucky Carlson. Fox News host, I'm reading from Mediaite.com. Fox News host Tucker Carlson was confronted at a fly fishing shop in Montana by a man who pronounced him, quote, the worst human being known to mankind. The man in this video who confronts Tucker Carlson, his name is Dan Bailey, and he posted the video of himself on Instagram, calmly telling Tucker Carlson to his face, quote, you are the worst human being known to mankind. And this was in response to his COVID misinformation. The audio was difficult to hear, but you can definitely see the exchange was beautiful. Let's take a look at it.
Don't even get I don't care, man. Okay, just dude, you are the worst human being known to mankind. I want you to know that what you've done to this state, to the United States, to everything else in this world. I don't care that you're not here. What you've done to people's families, what you have done to everybody else in this world. Son, don't call me son, one.
As far as confrontations go, that was mild, Brother Mac. That was a very pleasant, cordially, gentlemanly exchange, very quiet. But you can tell Tucker Carlson is not a person who's ever been used to being confronted about their BS in their life, because people who have ever been confronted about their BS definitely understand what time it is as soon as someone gets that close to their face. Now, normally videos like this, I don't really get kicks off of people doing confrontations like this because they're normally, oftentimes they're scripted. However, when we're talking about a person who literally has blood on their hands because of the misinformation, the propaganda they're spreading around COVID-19, I am proud to bring you this clip, Brother Mac.
Easy to be a hero when you're protected behind that camera, behind the keyboard. Easy to be. But Little Tucky, the brother is absolutely correct. Little Tucky is one of the worst humans. And the thing about it is, you got to understand, when that day comes, as you get older, and you're faced with your mortality,
yeah,
you're going to have to think back to what is it that you did for the advancement of humanity. And Little Tucky, he's going to have to realize that he sold his soul for 30 dirty pieces of silver. So what the brother said to Little Tucky, absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. These are people who forget the oneness of humanity. Forget this kindness that we ought to want to bring to one another. This brother will continuously sell his soul for ratings to do what he needed to do. So absolutely. And when confronted with it, it's not like Little Tucky can explain his behavior because he knows that what he's pushing. And when you start talking about this thing with COVID, I'll say it again. Republicans don't want the vaccine. Republicans don't want the mask. But trust and believe that this new variant that is out,
come on,
you better reinstate that life-saving task. You better to do that.
But that's if they had any instinct for self-preservation and survival. They've dispensed with that instinct. I want to give a little more context. Go ahead.
But Brother Ben, I have to say this to you. See, you said if they had any ideas of self-preservation, I would bet a small fortune that Little Tucky then took that vaccine.
Absolutely, he has.
Guarantee you.
He has. I put all the money on it. All the money on that one. Yeah. Here is Slate.com giving us a little bit more context of around Tucker Carlson, not this confrontation, but around the possibility that Fox News could be sued if its anti-vax statements caused people to die. And the leading voice on that has been Tucker Carlson. I just want to read this one paragraph and then we can move on. Night after night, Tucker Carlson has provided a platform for sowing fear and confusion amongst his viewers about the efficacy of the vaccine and its side effects. Although the network has recently sounded a more reasonable note, Fox News has started to support the vaccine. That turnabout has by no means been across the entire network, and it comes too late for an untold number of people who have been newly sickened or died from the disease and who might have been saved through immunization. There may actually be some legal remedy, though, for the damage wrought by the network. COVID victims who were taken in by Tucker Carlson's vaccination misinformation or their estates may be able to sue Fox News under the ancient common law theory of fraud. They would have a reasonably good chance of success. This is where we are in 2021. We have a major network that is a part of the 630,000 people who have died, and I think that's why this guy Dan confronted Tucker Carlson. What are some of your thoughts on this possible lawsuit and the complicit nature of Fox News with the number of people who have died from COVID-19?
Brother Ben, first and foremost, his name is Little Tucky. That's the way we need to refer to him, as Little Tucky. And trust and believe, family, I'm no lawyer. I'm just playing one on the Ben Dixon Show, like it or not. When a court awards punitive damages, it's because you knowingly did wrong. So in the face of all science, ask yourself this. Of all the people who have died of COVID, how many of those people were not vaccinated? Yeah. Or flip the script and say, of the people who have died, how many were fully vaccinated? I believe that you're going to find a stat that puts you up in the high 90% of people who have died from COVID were not vaccinated. It is a very small percentage of those who have died who have been fully vaccinated.
That's right.
Men lie, women lie. Numbers, they don't lie. And Little Tucky, try to explain that particular stat to us. And that's why he's vaccinated.
That's why he's vaccinated. That's why he's sitting there in that video with his little, trademarked Tucker confused look. And that's why he had no issue getting face to face with this guy, because Tucky knew that he was vaccinated.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Candace Owens is really quick to come and go to the rescue of these poor white men who are so attacked by America. She went to Twitter basically pointing out that if liberals were really afraid of COVID-19, they wouldn't have been face to face in this confrontation. Listen, that's got nothing to do with this particular. The fact of the matter is, somebody needs to hold Tucker Carlson and Fox News accountable. Somebody has to. And I hope this brother Dan, whoever, I hope he was vaccinated, getting that close to anyone in the pandemic. But at the end of the day, the truth of the matter is that Fox News is complicit. Conservatism, Republican thought, Donald Trump, all of this institution, there's too many people in this country, Brother Mac, who are absolutely okay with the number of people who have died so far. In fact, they're so okay with it, they still don't want us to put on masks, and they still don't want to encourage vaccinations, and they are getting people killed. And I do hope that the survivors and the families of those who died from COVID-19 will look at the data and see how Fox News contributed to the death and carnage that we have experienced over the last year and a half.
Now that you brought up her name, she is no longer Candace Owens, but she is Karen Owens. And Karen Owens does have reservations at the Kunta Hotel.
There it is.